Domestic workers are often the backbone of many families, providing essential care and support to households around the world. Yet, for far too long, they've been undervalued and overlooked. But in 2024, we're expecting a major shift towards better pay, respect, and legal recognition for these hardworking individuals. Historically, domestic workers have faced numerous challenges. Low wages, lack of respect, and inadequate legal protections have been the norm for far too long. Many have been forced to work long hours for minimal pay, without access to basic rights like sick leave, vacation time, or even a safe working environment. It's a sad reality that's only recently started to change. The struggles of domestic workers are often invisible to the general public. They work behind closed doors, without the same protections as workers in other industries. But their contributions are vital, and it's time we recognize their worth. From caring for our children to keeping our homes clean, domestic workers are the unsung heroes of our society. In many countries, domestic workers have been fighting for their rights for decades. From unionization to advocacy groups, they've been pushing for better working conditions, higher wages, and respect. And while progress has been slow, there are finally signs of change. Governments and organizations are starting to take notice, implementing policies and laws that protect domestic workers' rights. In recent years, we've seen significant changes in legislation and societal attitudes that aim to improve conditions for domestic workers. The International Labor Organization, for example, has established conventions and recommendations that protect domestic workers' rights. Governments have started to implement these standards, providing better protections and benefits for domestic workers. And with the rise of social media, domestic workers' voices are finally being heard, their stories shared and amplified around the world. From the Philippines to South Africa, domestic workers are organizing and fighting for their rights. They're forming unions, advocating for better pay and working conditions, and demanding respect. And it's working. In some countries, domestic workers are finally receiving the recognition they deserve, with improved wages, benefits, and legal protections. One critical insight that signifies a shift towards better pay, respect, and legal recognition for domestic workers is the growing awareness of their contributions. As we recognize the value of their work, we're seeing a change in societal attitudes. Employers are starting to acknowledge the importance of fair pay and respect, and governments are implementing policies that protect domestic workers' rights. This shift is critical because it marks a turning point in the fight for domestic workers' rights. It's a recognition that domestic workers are not just workers, but human beings deserving of dignity and respect. And with this recognition comes a sense of empowerment, as domestic workers begin to demand their rights and push for change. In 2024, we expect to see a significant improvement in pay, respect, and legal rights for domestic workers. Governments will continue to implement policies that protect domestic workers, and employers will start to recognize the value of their work. It's a new era for domestic workers, one that's long overdue. The fight for domestic workers' rights is far from over, but we're finally seeing progress. It's essential that we continue to advocate for their rights, pushing for better pay, respect, and legal recognition. By working together, we can create a fairer, more just society where domestic workers are valued and respected. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about workers' rights, be sure to check out my other videos on the topic.